Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 4, which is entitled as Jnana Yoga, Sloka 1 through 3. śrī-bhagavān uvāca imaṁ vivasvate yogaṁ proktavān aham avyayam Vivasvān manave prāha manur ikṣvākave bravīt evaṁ paramparā-prāptam imaṁ rājarṣayo viduḥ kāleneha mahatā yoga nashta paran-tapa evaṁ maya tedhya yoga proktavān bhaktos me sakha cheti rājarṣayo hi tad uttamam. So this chapter is entitled as Jnana Yoga. The previous chapter, chapter 3, is called Karma Yoga, and the second chapter was entitled as Sankhya Yoga. In the second chapter, Sankhya, the buddhi through which Atma can be understood, has been explained. Since the topic is about Atma, that chapter is called as Sankhya Yoga. The third chapter speaks about the Karma Yoga, hence it's called as Karma Yoga. The fourth chapter talks about Jnana, the Karma Yoga, as two parts. One is called Karma and second part is Jnana. That Jnana part is what being explained here in this chapter. Therefore, this is entitled as Jnana Yoga. So what we have seen is, for one who has a desire to be free from the samsara, that is repeated birth and death, for him Jnana Yoga can't be the first step on program, that he can adapt it, as it's not going to be possible for him to complete it. Therefore, Karma Yoga has been recommended for one to take up and practice. And while performing the Karma Yoga, one has to have a proper understanding that he is not the doer, it is the Lord who is the doer. One has to function in that consciousness. Still, he is the doer, but he has to understand how he functions. When one does like this, that becomes the Jnana Yoga itself. Therefore, anyone taking up Karma Yoga would be the recommendation that's been given by Krishna. And this is explained in detail in the third chapter. In the fourth chapter, Krishna covers some very important topics. Karma Yoga, which is inclusive of Jnana, is being explained in this chapter. Krishna also tells that Karma Yoga transforms itself into Jnana Yoga, and he gives the details how it happens. Secondly, what is the essential nature of Karma Yoga and its divisions? The Tirtha Yatra, studying of the scriptures, Yaga Yajna, worship of devas, pranayama, all these are the divisions within Karma Yoga. The third that's been explained is the importance of jnana in the yoga, Karma Yoga, that is most important, prominent one than the karma itself. That is being explained in this chapter. Karma Yoga was placed greater in the previous chapter, chapter 3. Now again here, Krishna seems inclining towards Jnana Yoga, making Jnana Yoga as greater. But as we go through, we'll understand that the Karma Yoga has two parts. One is called Karma Bhaga, another one is called Jnana Bhaga. For example, going to temple, making garlands, purchasing some things for the temple, groceries or flowers or milk, fruits, cleaning the temple, cooking at the temple. These are, and many more like this, are all karma, actions, karma. Now, going to the temple with an understanding, I am going to see the Supreme Lord, Supreme Father, Śrī Kṛṣṇa. Making garlands. The garlands that I am making is going to go for Krishna. He is going to wear it. Buying groceries for the temple. What I am going to buy is going to be cooked and Krishna is going to eat it. Cleaning the temple. This is Krishna's house. Krishna lives here. So I need to clean this one for Krishna's pleasure. When these knowledge is been added to the karma, and that knowledge is what has been mentioned here as Jnana Bhaga. If the Jnana Bhaga is not there, and all we are doing is just karma. In this way, Jnana is greater than just karma. Jnana is important than karma. In this way, Jnana is considered to be greater than karma. The fourth point is from chapter 1 to chapter 6. The idea is to get one to become self-realized person, where one can have a vision of the Atma. And there was no need for Krishna to speak anything about Paramatma, about himself. But interestingly, in this chapter, totally out of context, because anything to do with Krishna, God, Paramatma, Bhagavan, it all has to start from chapter 7, which is where the Bhakti Yoga begins. But Krishna speaks about himself in this chapter, and this chapter becomes a very special chapter because of that reason. Sloka 5, 6, 7 and 8, Avatara Ragasya, the secret of his incarnation is being revealed here in this chapter. So, this chapter by this gives that Krishna incarnation, appearance, is real and is not a magical illusion, unlike us who are mortals. Krishna remains omniscient in his avatar also. His body is not made of 5 gross elements, but it is aprakrita, it is spiritual. He is born out of his own will, not because of karma. The timing of his birth is not due to the dictates of karma, but is whenever dharma declines, and unrighteousness is ascending. He is born only for the protection of good, for the destruction of the wicked, and for the re-establishment of dharma. All this are explained in this chapter. In this chapter, the Lord's avatar is distinguished as most excellent in all aspects: his forms, attributes, the material cause, timing, and purpose. Imaṁ vivasvate yogaṁ proktavān aham avyayam Vivasvān manave prāha manur ikṣvākave bravīt evaṁ paramparā-prāptam imaṁ rājarṣayo viduḥ kāleneha mahatā yogo nashta paran-tapa evaṁ maya tedya yoha proktavān bhakto me sakha cheti rājaṣayo he tat uttamam. Namaste. Hare Krishna.